Hi! Within this lecture, we're going to implement this JSON method in our backdoor as well, since now we have completed this in our listener. Actually, the two methods will be exactly the same in here as well, because we don't need any changes. So I'm just going to write it as a practice, but of course you may choose to copy and paste as well. So I'm creating JSON send, and of course I'm saying self data, and again JSON data will derive from JSON library, and of course we have to import JSON library first, and we will say dumps, and we will give the data as input in here. And remember, the next step, we will have to send this using our self.myConnection.send. And the data that I'm sending this time is JSON data. So this is our JSON send method. So let me create JSON receive again. So self, okay, and here we will create JSON data one more time, and this time, rather than json.dumps, I will say self.myConnection.receive, and we're going to receive 1024 kilobytes, and I'm going to return this JSON loads, and what I'm going to load is the JSON data itself. So now we are ready to replace our existing methods. So within while loop here, what I'm doing, I'm getting self.myConnection.receive, and this is my command, right? So we are getting this command from Kali Linux. So rather than saying self.myConnection, now I'm going to say self.JSON-receive, because it's doing the same thing with JSON this time. So we receive our command in here. And later on, what do? We get the command output and we send it to the Kali machine. And rather than saying self.myConnection, I will just say self.JSON-send and give the command output as an input. So here we have replaced our existing regular methods with JSON methods. So I did this a little bit fast, but you already know how to implement this time. So we are getting the command, we are processing the command, and we are sending it to the Kali machine. But maybe we have to do some more work. So let me test this first. So let's go back to our Kali machine, and I think we already saved it, but let's do it for safety. And let's run our listener. So let's go back and run our backdoor, okay? And if we go back here, if we run dir, there's nothing wrong. And let's try to run type Python text, okay? And as you can see, we got an error, and it's a value error. It says that you have an unterminated string. So we still have this stream, unfinished stream business in here. So we are trying to send this as one packet in JSON, but we couldn't complete creating this packet, okay? It didn't finish. So we have to make sure it finishes this process by adding a loop in our JSON receive method. So maybe you guessed it right. I'm going to add a while true loop in here, and this will continue doing this as long as it's necessary. So I'm going to say while true, and I'm going to take this under while true, but we have to stop at one point, okay? So let me do this first. First, we create a JSON data, and this will be an empty string, okay? And I'm going to add this to the JSON data as long as it's necessary. So JSON data plus, okay, self.myConnection.receive. So this will take an empty string and add self.myConnection.receive as long as it's necessary. But right now it will add it forever, but we want to stop at one point. So I will do this in try and catch, okay, try and accept, I mean. I will try this, okay, and if I get an error, I will do it one more time. So let me just do it like this. So I'm going to add this under try, and I will accept value error in here, okay. So if I get an value error, then I will continue. Remember, continue, break, and pass. So if I say continue here, if we get a value error, it will continue doing the loop. So if we don't get a value error, it will just stop here. So I believe now this is safe to go. But of course, we have to do it in our backdoor as well. Maybe we won't send a big data from Kali to this machine, but it's better safe than sorry, so I'm going to do it in here as well. So I'm going to say JSON data is an empty string, and while true, okay, while true, and I'm going to delete this pass, and I'm going to take all of this and hit tab. And of course we have to do it under try and accept. So let me do this one more time, select everything and hit tab, and just add accept value error in here, okay, value error. And if we get this value error, I will continue, and if we don't, I will add this to my JSON data. So JSON data plus self.myConnection.receive. So now I believe we are safe in here. So let us save this and minimize this. And of course we have to run the listener first. So let me go back here and save this one more time. Minimize this and run my listener, and let's go back and run our backdoor. So we got the connection. Let's run dir, yes. Let's run type python.txt, and as you can see, we got the whole package. We got the whole file in one command. So now it's working, and we managed to create a more efficient way to send data using JSON. So now let's stop at this point, and within the next lecture we're going to try and send the commands within lists.